What's up guys, Jab here, back with a brand new video, and it's been a minute since I actually made a mobile gaming video. I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since we covered a mobile game here on the channel, and there's a reason for that. First and foremost, one of the reasons why I haven't really been uploading in the last like 1 to 2 weeks is because I was sick, so like I couldn't make videos or anything like that. I had a really bad like flu, and it literally lasted until like yesterday. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been uploading. But another reason why I haven't been uploading mobile content specifically or posting about it or anything like that, it's kind of just because I have a lot of frustrations with the mobile platform. If you've watched, I have a podcast with a couple other content creators, friends of mine, ABXY and Pickled Gamer. If you've watched our podcast, the Beyond Mobile podcast, I've talked about some of my frustrations with the mobile platform and with uploading mobile content specifically on that podcast. And I never really mentioned it. I think I made one video talking about it, which most people didn't even watch or anything like that. But I haven't really talked about it before in my previous videos, and it's something that has kind of been bothering me though for like the last couple of years, and it's one of the reasons why I don't upload that much anymore. If you were here on the channel in 2020, 2021, and 2022, I used to upload every single day. And going into like late 2022 though, and then of course with 2023 and then last year 2024, my upload schedule has continuously gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And a big reason for that is because it's kind of been hard for me to find the desire to even want to cover mobile games. And the main reasons for that, there's a lot of them, if I'm being completely honest. I just want to make it clear though, I'm not trying to like hate on mobile gaming or mobile gamers. I know some people will still probably take this video as that, but that's not my intention or anything like that. But yeah, some of my frustrations and why I haven't really been uploading mobile content and stuff. Number one, of course, is the games themselves. It just feels like a lot of what we're looking forward to is just stuff that is already available on PC and consoles for like years ahead of the mobile versions or whatever. So that's kind of an issue with me. Like, obviously I know not everyone has access to PCs, not everyone has access to consoles, and I understand that, but as someone who does have access to these other platforms, it kind of feels pointless to be waiting for these games to come to mobile when I can just play them now on PC, or I could play them now on PlayStation or whatever it is, right? For example, like Rainbow Six Mobile, right? That game has been in development for like 5 years now at this point. They announced that like 3 years ago, and we still don't have it like fully officially released or anything like that. Meanwhile, Rainbow Six Siege, the game that Rainbow Six Mobile is kind of based on, that game has been available for like 10 years or something like that. I don't even know the actual number, but it's been available for a long time on PC and on consoles, and we're still waiting for it to fully release on mobile. And even then, and this kind of leads me to my next major point, even these games that come to mobile, a lot of times it feels like they're just dumbed down for the mobile platform, even though they were done in a certain way that made them popular on PC and on consoles. But then when they bring them over to mobile, they introduce things that just kind of dumbs down the gameplay and makes it like more casual friendly, which I understand because obviously mobile gaming is very casual to a lot of people. But as someone who isn't a casual gamer, it kind of does make it feel like, again, pointless to kind of look forward to these games. Like, you have games like, for example, Valorant Mobile introducing things like aim assist, introducing things like footstep indicators when someone's next to you and stuff. These are not things that were available in Valorant on PC, but they dumb it down for mobile because it's like, oh well, they're mobile gamers, like they need these things to be able to play the games and stuff. And then it just kind of feels a little weird. I know that's probably not too big of a deal for a lot of people, but for me it does kind of make me feel like, oh, like I feel like a lot of these games are kind of hand-holdy and they don't really take the platform that seriously, and they introduce these things to just make it easier. And obviously the greater gaming community on PC and console and stuff like that, they see mobile doing these things, and it's kind of like, it's one of the reasons why mobile gaming is kind of like the laughing stock of gaming platforms as a whole. And then again, this kind of leads me to my next major point, which is monetization. Another thing that we get kind of laughed at about on mobile. Yeah, it just feels like the monetization on mobile has somehow gotten worse than it's already been. It feels like every single game now has like lucky draw systems. Every single game has, of course, battle passes and stuff like that, and microtransactions on top of those already as well. And I know a lot of people will either defend this or kind of just put this to the side, being like, oh, well, it's optional, you don't have to pay for it and stuff like that. But it's still kind of annoying to see in these games in the first place. And it doesn't really make people, you know, at least me, it doesn't really make me want to like support these games sometimes when I see that you can literally drop like $1,000 on a gun skin and still not even get the skin, or still not get the fully upgraded version of it, or whatever it is. And again, it's these type of things that kind of make mobile like the laughing stock of the gaming community, because it's just like we've just normalized it and we just accept it and buy into it. And when this kind of stuff when they try to do it on PC games or console games, they will actually go up against it. Like, I don't know if people remember, like back with like, I think it was Black Ops 3, when they introduced like loot boxes, they specifically had guns and weapons tied to loot boxes, so you could only unlock these weapons through loot boxes, and people hated it. And guess what? They didn't support it, and the next Call of Duty game, they got rid of it, right? Like they just, the console gamers and PC gamers just didn't stand for it and stuff. On mobile, this kind of stuff is normalized. This kind of stuff is encouraged. If anything, people make content being like, you know, spending $1,000 on the newest PUBG mobile lucky draw, or whatever they call it in that game and stuff. And to mobile gamers, that's content. And it just goes to show like how different the platforms are, right? Like PC, console, mobile, and stuff like that. I feel like these things are not really that popular on PC and consoles. We don't really see it that often, but on mobile, that's literally like so many content creators' bread and butter. Like the whole, you know, gambling essentially on these lucky draws and stuff like that. Anytime there's a new one, that's a new video, that's a new live stream, or whatever it is. And like I'm not, you know, trying to hate on the creators that do it or anything. They're, at the end of the day, content creators will do whatever it is, you know, that they need to do in order to make good content. And some of these guys are entertaining and stuff like that. But it just kind of sucks that, like, as someone who doesn't like these type of monetization and stuff, that's what our platform is known for. And that extends past just the games themselves, and that goes into things like content and stuff. And then to another major point, you know, to circle back to like games and stuff, specifically like mobile games and all that, you know, it's obviously been really rough on mobile, specifically in the shooter genre, over the last few years. We're in 2025 now, and it feels like the top 3 shooters are still the same ones that were the top 3 back in like 2018, 2019, right? PUBG Mobile, Free Fire, Call of Duty Mobile. These were like the top shooters back in 2018, 2019. And here we are now 5 years, 6 years later, and they're still the top ones, because we haven't really gotten any to that have been drastically better. And even when we've gotten new shooters and stuff like that, they flop, or they shut down, or they get indefinitely delayed. So it's just kind of tough, like as a content creator, to keep excitement for this platform when literally like every game that has released in the last few years, again in the mobile shooter genre, it feels like there has been something, right? Like it's always some type of compromise, either a shutdown, either a delay, or even just, you know, the game just flopped. It wasn't as good as we all thought it was going to be. And that's why it's kind of hard for me to get excited about these other games that are still coming out, you know, Delta Force Mobile, Valorant Mobile, Rainbow Six. I know people will probably comment being like, bro, just wait for Delta Force, or just wait for Valorant, or whatever it is. But again, that goes back to like, okay, well, if I'm waiting for these games, I could just play them on PC right now. I don't have to wait for Rainbow Six Mobile to come out. I can play Rainbow Six Siege right now on another platform, and it's going to be a better version of that game, because again, they kind of get dumbed down sometimes when it comes to, you know, the mobile version. Same thing with Valorant Mobile. Why do I have to wait for that game that's been, you know, infinitely in beta in China for like 2.5 years now, when I could just play the PC or console version literally right now? Delta Force, that one does look promising, because it is one of those like 1-for-1, you know, exact ports from PC, and it seems like the optimization is really good. But then again, might as well just play the PC version. It's great that that's going to be an option for people who don't have access to PCs and don't have access to consoles. Obviously, that's like the main part about mobile, is the accessibility, and how if you have a phone, you can be a mobile gamer, and you don't have to buy a console, you don't have to build a PC or anything like that. I think that's great when it comes to mobile gaming and stuff. And I'm glad people will be able to have that option to be able to play a PC quality game like Delta Force. I just don't think it's going to save the platform like so many people think it is. Over the last few years, I've been playing a lot of other portable gaming solutions, you know, not mobile games specifically, but things like handheld consoles, the Nintendo Switch, the Steam Deck. And it's just crazy how much of a, you know, vastly different and better experience it is playing on those platforms versus playing on mobile. Like it sucks that, you know, mobile will probably never have like a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom quality game. Like that game, I played it on my Nintendo Switch, and it was amazing. The story was great, the mechanics, how they built that world from, you know, Breath of the Wild and stuff. It was a fantastic game. It was a great experience going to the midnight launch and stuff like that. And I feel like this is just never going to be a thing for mobile. Like we're never gonna have you know, a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom like experience on there. We're never gonna have a Elden Ring like experience on here, because games, they just don't work like that on mobile. Instead, it's gonna be a free to play version. It's gonna have 10 different battle passes, 2 different lucky draws every single week, you know, microtransactions like crazy, and also it's going to be like super dumbed down for the mobile audience and stuff. It's like it's one of those frustrating things when it's like, when you go and play some of these other platforms, even other portable platforms like the Nintendo Switch or like the Steam Deck and stuff, and then you compare it to mobile, and it's just like, damn, this isn't even a comparison. Like these things are years and years and years and years ahead in terms of quality and in terms of overall games and stuff. And it makes it hard to go back to mobile. But yeah, those are just some of my frustrations with the mobile platform as a whole. Honestly, as someone who has been playing on mobile literally since 2010, so for 15 years now, and as someone who has been making content on mobile games for about 4.5 years now, I just don't have much hope for the platform, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's going to be mostly the same going into 2025, 2026, 27 and stuff. There's a lot more that I could have gotten into. I don't want to make this video super long or anything like that, but things like, you know, low end device priority, there's a bunch of different things, and you know, it just not really super exciting and hopeful for me personally. I know some people will probably disagree. I know a lot of people think that there's nothing really wrong with the platform or anything like that, and you're obviously free to believe that if you want, but again, as someone who's been playing on the platform for like 15 years and covering it here on YouTube now for almost 5, it just feels like we're literally in the same position that we were in on mobile back when I started making videos in 2020. It feels like there hasn't really been this huge advancement in games or anything like that. We're still playing the same games. Meanwhile, you look at PC, you look at consoles and stuff, they've gotten such amazing games over the last few years. Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, you know, just like constantly getting like game of the year contenders and stuff like that every single year. And on mobile, we're still playing, you know, COD Mobile, we're still playing Roblox, we're still playing PUBG Mobile, and that's kind of, you know, part of my frustrations again with the platform. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much just a quick explanation of why I have not been uploading mobile content here on the channel, why I will not continue uploading mobile content here on the channel. Not really sure what we're going to be doing, maybe PC, maybe nothing at all, I'm not really sure. But for the most part, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the mobile platform as a whole. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you agree, if you disagree, very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.